Long time ago, my life looked full. I was running companies across continents. Big clients, big goals, always on the move, surrounded by people, successful on paper, always doing. Vacations, parties, work trips, dinners. I was living. At least that's what I told myself. But deep down, something felt off, like I was performing my life instead of living it. And then one quiet morning, no meetings, no noise, I caught myself in the mirror. And I asked myself one question, a simple question, but it shook everything. And now, I'm going to ask you that exact same question. Let me ask you something that no one else can answer for you. What's your relationship with yourself really like? I don't mean on your best days. I mean in the quiet moments, when no one's watching, when it's just you and the voice in your head. Do you feel safe with yourself, or judged, supported, or silently sabotaged? Because here's the truth. Most people don't say out loud, the only person you'll spend your entire life with is you. And if that relationship sucks, nothing else will feel right for long. You can have the money, the job, the relationship, the house. But if the person you wake up with every day, you, is distant, disappointed, or silently punishing you, then it all starts to feel empty. So how do you build a better relationship with yourself? It starts with values, not goals, not image, not performance, but values. Because every good relationship with your partner, your kids, your team is built on shared values, on respect, on compassion, on boundaries, on love. So why would the relationship with yourself be any different? You say you're disappointed in yourself. Fine. But what value did you think you violated? What rule did you decide you broke? Because disappointment doesn't come from what you did. It comes from what you expected. And let's be honest, some of us expect way too much. We set the bar so high that even Olympians would quit. You're supposed to be successful, calm, rich, fit, kind, stylish, patient, productive, sexy, grateful, smart, have boundaries, but also be spontaneous, eat clean, journal daily, hustle hard, and sleep 8 hours, all at once. And when we inevitably fall short, we don't just feel tired, we feel like failures. But here's the thing, that failure is not real. It's fabricated by a system you built for yourself without checking if it was humanly possible. The same thing happens with values. If you believe in honesty, but every white lie feels like a betrayal, you'll start resenting yourself. If you believe in kindness, but get triggered and snap at someone you love, you'll carry shame for hours. Not because you did something awful, but because you put that value on a pedestal so high that you forgot you're still human. So here's what I want you to do. Audit your expectations. Audit your values. Ask yourself, is this value still mine? Or did I inherit it? Is this expectation helping me grow? Or is it quietly breaking me down? Because perfectionism in your relationship with yourself is still perfectionism, and it doesn't make you better. It makes you brittle. Look, you can only love yourself if you're willing to live with yourself, not with your resume, not with your image, with the real, messy, honest version of you, the one who sometimes drops the ball, who overreacts, who doesn't always keep their promises, who forgets to drink water and meditate and text people back. That you. The real relationship starts when you stop expecting yourself to be perfect and start committing to being present. Present when you fail. Present when you win. Present when you're lost and have no clue what you're doing. Just like you would for your child. Just like you would for your best friend. Compassion, patience, presence. Not to let yourself off the hook, but to remind yourself that you're still you. even when you screw up. And the more you live from that place, the less disappointed you'll feel and the more connected you become to yourself. And here's one last thing. Don't compare your deck of cards to someone else's highlight reel. We all have strong cards. We all have shitty ones. It's not about what you're dealt. It's about how you play it. So play it honestly, play it fully, and play it with love. For you. Now, there's something else we often overlook when it comes to the relationship with ourselves. It's not just about what you expect from yourself. It's also about what you say to yourself. Because thoughts matter. But words land. They echo. They shape how we feel. They program how we act. And this isn't some spiritual fluff. This is science. In one study, participants were asked to make simple sentences. One group got words like elderly, slow, gray, walking stick. The other group got vitality, speed, youth, energy. What happened next? They were told to walk down the hallway. And the group that worked with elderly words walked measurably slower. That's how powerful a few words can be. Other studies show that people who are primed with words like love, connection, friendship, help others more, sit closer to strangers, and show more empathy. Meanwhile, people primed with money, status, debt, possession, become more distant, less helpful, less connected. Now think about the words you use with yourself every single day. I'm such a mess. I always screw things up. I'll never be enough. I'm lazy. I'm weak. I should have known better. What do you think those words are doing to your posture, your energy, your decisions, your relationships? We talk about mindset, but maybe we should talk more about mouth set. Because you can't build a loving relationship with yourself if the way you speak to yourself sounds like your worst critic. So here's the shift. Speak to yourself like someone you're responsible for. You don't have to lie, but you also don't have to label. Instead of saying, I failed again, say, I'm learning something hard. Instead of, I'm such an idiot, try, I made a decision that didn't work out. Now I know. Instead of, I'm a mess, say, I'm in progress. Because you are. We all are. And when your internal dialogue changes, your external world follows. That's not magic, that's psychology. So choose your words like they matter, because they do. Not just for others, but for you.